You didn't catch it.
We need to find it out regularly.
She might
Yeah.
always say, I picked your brain.
I don't show up and just have a 30-minute flight tonight. I can't see the clock, we got a glare on it.
No, but then it'll start.
Art, how are you?
It'll start singing.
Good.
Yeah, I've been messing around with it.
Well, we're just about there.
Yeah, I used my council probably like to have it up, and I ran out, we're just gonna have to make do.
Can't see that, but
Here.
roll call. Has everybody had a chance to read the minutes?
I have,
Any changes or anything? If not, we'll accept the minutes as posted. We need a motion to amend.
So make the motion.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Well, it's gonna go all the way down to me before, nobody has anything but me. So this might be pretty quick. Okay, and we're gonna use Larry Terrell, Thursday, April 11th, circuit court for the city, and I'd like for you to share what you told me about Carol and Stacy, and how it went, if you would.
Well, things went extremely smooth. The circuit court with Judge Locke. The girls done just a tremendous job getting it switched over. Everything was ready to go. And I was really impressed what a smooth transition we made. They really done a terrific job. And Kim and them just were in sync, and we made it happen real quick. I think Judge Locke was very pleased.
Good. And I had another comment exactly the same way, and we was really pleased to hear that. So, did you share it with them?
I did.
Okay, good. The next thing I got on the list is I talked to his dirt work at the electric shed, and I talked to Jerry Pitts, and of course everybody knows. Well, now we trade work out with Jerry, and you're not aware of that.
Okay.
Probably he does. We signed a contract with him in hay on our land, and anyway we trade out labor that way, hay for. But anyway. I talked to him, and he thought within a week or two he could do the dirt work out at the shed. It's not a great lot, but anyway, he's going to do that, and then we'll get our drain lines in, and then we'll be ready to go on with that concrete slab around it in the front of the apron anyway. So, and I think we got that on down further down, I believe, or do we?
And you got a final inspection.
Yeah. Okay, we can cover it then if you want to. Before David left office, he had contacted a guttering company. The guttering was falling off of the community building down here, and anyway, he got a bid from them. I think it was like 1,600 round figures, and anyway, we got a hold of them, and Suzanne did, and they're gonna go ahead. It's a 6-inch commercial type guttering, and they're gonna come in and probably within 3 weeks and put new guttering on it, and also what we in Lisa's office, we tore, I don't know how many coverings, 4 coverings off, and we put new tile down, and it's done now and looks really good. And I'm assuming she probably moved everything back into the office this afternoon, but anyway, it looks good. But the community building is in pretty good shape now, so it's looking pretty good. Just need a few little things done to it. We went to the 11th, no, the 16th. We had a Skullcog meeting over at West Plains, or no, Skullcog's at West Plains, but we met in Mountain Grove. And anyway, it was actually the meeting had to do with STIP, And that was with, actually the Department of Conservation, or not, no, DOT. But anyway, we had to list some priority things, and this has nothing to do with the city other than what we need in our community. And we listed some things that we thought were important safety things for our area. And myself and Suzanne represented Ava, and Dick Salgado represented the county. He took like a proxy vote for Lance Stillings, but anyway, the three of us won over there. But we listed four priorities in our area, and like I say, these are not county or city. These are MoDOT projects. So keep in mind, these are not city projects. They're MoDOTs, and we got them listed kind of in priority what we thought was important. And one of them was over here at 5 and Y Highway, trying to put a turn lane in, going to the city pool and ball fields. So a turn lane there we felt like was a safety issue, and then caution lights on either end, and that was our number one for us in our area. But there were 7 different counties that met there, and cities, municipalities, but that was the first one that we thought rated pretty high as far as safety concerns were. But this all had to do with funds. And anyway, our second one was, there again, this is MoDOT. Now, this is important because a lot of people think this roundabout over here is city, but it's MoDOT. But we felt like it needed, we know what it is, but people coming in here the way it looks now, you can't tell it, it's a roundabout. So we thought it was a priority, a safety priority, to make it look like a roundabout. And they already knew that it was an issue, I mean, because they already had some numbers on it. So they knew there was an issue with it. And but anyway, that was one of them, the second one. And the third one was to, here on South 5, from A Highway to Gainesville, there's no hard surface. There's a shoulder, but there's no hard surface. But anyway, this was to put a 4-foot hard shoulder from A Highway all the way to Gainesville. And the fourth one that we had on the list was guardrails on the Dogwood Hill. So we thought that was a safety issue, and basically all of these, the reason we suggested doing them was safety reasons, and we may get one of them, we may get them all, and I'm hoping we get them all, and hopefully we will. But if we don't try, we won't get any. So we went to Mountain Grove to.
Some of these have been on the list for over 5 years.
But if we don't go and participate, we're not going to get anything. So.
And you say these are MoDOT projects.
Yes.
MoDOT, just for me, help me get a better understanding of what goes on at those meetings. Does MoDOT present these to the board, I mean, do we?
Each county has a say in what extra projects could be done.
So where does this list come from?
We make the list. There's county commissioners in the city.
The seven, there's
It's a
an
priority list that we feel we.
But anyway.
So MoDOT didn't make this list of
No,
projects?
this come from the different districts that were represented at the SCOCOG meeting. And I'm talking maybe a little out of turn. I'm assuming that's where, because this was my first meeting, and this is all new to me, but I do know that it's important that we're represented over there as a city and a county. And
You could kind of
So they
tell
need,
them a little bit about the give and take. You can't vote for just all your stuff.
yeah.
You have to get in with some other people around you, there's different counties, and I'll vote for yours if you'll vote for mine.
But you work off the points. But, anyway, that you work with other areas, but if you don't do something, you're not going to get anything. But this is there's a possibility that we could get some, things like that, safety issues taken care of in our area. And instead of one area getting out all of the money, we might get part of it. And that's our goal, is to get some of the issues taken care of, and hopefully we will. I'd like to get all 4 of them if we could. But, and we might, we don't know. We've got a citywide cleanup, and it starts May the 6th through the 10th. And we'll do it just like we always do. We'll do the east side the first 2 days, and the west side the next 2, and then we'll go over the whole city the 5th day. And then also we've got on May the 11th, which is on Saturday, right after we finish our cleanup, we've got it's an electronic pickup, and they'll pick up electronics at the old bowling alley.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's where it was last year, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. And on the electronics, yeah, you can take like a TV, or is it 2?
It's 2 hours. It's from 9 to 11
No,
only.
How much?
yeah, but it's 9 to 11? Okay, well, thank you. But anyway, on the, like, you can't just take a whole bunch of TVs. You can take one, but after that, you're gonna have to start paying, I think it was like $20 for each item over that. I believe that's the way it was, but anyway. It's a pretty good deal for the area, so to get some electronics, get rid of a few electronics if we have them in our house, and I do.
I think last time they had it, they were out in the bowling alley and down the highway.
Yeah.
It was a pretty big draw.
Okay. We've got, okay, we had the final inspection on the electric shed, and there was a small gig list on it, and I talked to Jason Bewley today, and there's a couple things that he's got to do, and then we'll just get all David Froing and the engineer, the architect on the job, and just write him a letter, and then he'll sign off on it. But anyway, he'll take care of that, and like I said, I talked to him today, and not a big deal. The apron and the little walkway will be advertised this week, and it'll be advertised as in 2 weeks on that. I believe that's right, but anyway, we'll. Okay, on the bid opening for the concrete apron and side doors will be on Friday, May the 3rd at 4 p.m. So that'll be the 3rd one, and the openings will be here.
It's a pre-bid before they turn in anything.
Yeah. Any questions on that or anything?
Did you say that the 3rd is a pre-bid?
It's a pre-bid.
Pre-bid,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when is the actual bid to be opened?
I think it's May the 23rd.
No.
No, when is it?
The bid opening for the concrete apron on the side doors will be Friday, May the 3rd.
Oh, I'm
That's what
sorry.
I've got.
Okay,
And you're talking
I'm
about,
bathrooms is
Yeah,
what I
you're
was
talking
getting.
Oh,
about-
okay,
yeah.
all right, so
Sorry.
so May 3rd is the bid opening.
yeah, May the 3rd at 4 p.m. will be the bid opening, Jeff.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Mhm.
Got it.
On our lower part bathrooms, we haven't decided where we're going to put them yet. There's a possibility, did you seen that? There's about 4 different spots, and it was my understanding to start with, we couldn't put it where the old bathroom was at, but that might not be the case. We might be able to take that building down, the old one, and put the new one right in its spot if we choose to. There's about 4 different spots.
Yeah.
And originally they
We're
wanted
gonna
it
have to
here,
take it down anyway.
but it could be in any of those.
Later, it'd be a good deal to
Possibly.
take it down. put a new.
And that, we just couldn't put it there when it was part of the grant.
It's a good
I think possibly when we were looking at grant monies to do that.
They would put it in a flip.
But they wouldn't put it in the floodplain, but if we're just paying for it ourselves, that
I mean,
should change that.
But
I would
it's, this is, the whole thing is in the floodplain.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would save a lot of money leaving it right where it is, all that plumbing and electrical.
Yeah, it's, everything's there, and David, the architect on David Freund has contacted Andy Daniel, and he's gonna come down and shoot elevations on that, soon. And, but anyway, the way Andy Daniels talked, that even, of course, that whole thing is in a floodplain, but if the elevation is right, and if we choose, we can put it there where the old one, tear the old one down and put it right back in the same spot. And, you know, I guess Reggie and I went down and measured it, and it will fit. And, of course, that, to me, is the most logical place to put it.
Well, you know, when you build a new one somewhere else, and you're gonna turn around and say, you know, we need to go tear that old one down.
Yeah.
So just tear it down and put it back.
I think it's like Peggy's, or did you say it was water, sewer? Somebody did. Somebody said that, you know, commented that water and sewer and everything is already there. And, you know exactly where it's at. But anyway, when Andy gets done, we'll know for sure, you know, can we do it here? And it sounds like we probably could, so we will find out hopefully this coming week. Okay, the request for the bids have been published, and the pre-bid hearing is what Suzanne was talking about, will be scheduled for Tuesday, May the 7th at 9 a.m. and the final bid opening will be Thursday, May the 23rd at 3. So that's what.
Is that gonna be here, both of them?
Yeah, it'll be here. And this is just a little bit of information that I wanted to add on there. There's and what made me think of it was DNR was here this week, and they were doing some inspecting on our water system, and Jeff Cofer spent most of the day with them, and they just checking our water, basically paperwork in the water system, that checking it out, and they checked towers. But anyway, there was always. Jeff told me that, so there was always a recommendation, but anyway, it was a good inspection, so everything went good with DNR, and Jeff was pleased with it, but he said they always recommend something, but it was nothing, it was all good. But what made me think of this, a lot of people here in town, they think that our tower in the south is not in use. And I run into that quite a bit, you know, it's terrible. We built this new tower down here and we can't use it. Well, it's the well that we can't use. And, but a lot of people out there just don't realize that, you know, that's our pressure system for the south side of town, and we do use that. So I wanted to mention that in our meeting. And anyway, and Jeff said that, I wasn't aware of DNR, said that it's like a 3-year inspection, and then of course the treatment plant down here, it's pretty often. He said they inspect it just real often, and it's always just a surprise they show up and inspect it. But I wasn't aware of DNR coming in and doing that, and I thought it was interesting that they did. And anyway, they did, and we come out good on that. And I'm going to leave this to Noel. He's got a certificate from MGI. So I want you to tell us about it.
Okay, MGI is a part of the Missouri Municipal League. It's their Municipal Government Institute, and it's open to elected and appointed officials. And what it is you sign up, and it's there's some online classes, some webinars that you have to attend, and so it's based off of attendance too, like the elected officials conference and the annual conference each year. You take training in like sunshine law, parliamentary procedures, human resources. There's 16 credits you have to take, and one of them also is like through FEMA. It's the NIMS 900 or something like that. It has to do with disaster preparedness, and they have it set up where you can take it and do it within a year to a little over a year, depending on how well you're able to attend the conferences. And I was able to go to the elected officials and the annual last year, and just right before the last of, I guess I completed this end of March, I believe, and I got my 16 credits, and so now I am a certified municipal official. So
Yeah.
it's good classes and lots of good information there, and I would encourage anyone that, even if you don't take the whole thing, going to some of those conferences and just hearing some of the lecturers, and it's good and eye-opening. There's some on budgeting. It runs the whole gamut of municipal government. So
Here's a certificate they wanted me to present to you. So,
all right,
here we go.
thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have anything further in open session?
Since Noel mentioned that ugly B word, budgets.
Yes.
If I can get through some paperwork here in the next couple of days, I will be starting on those, probably at the end of the week, towards first next week, so.
Yes, I was informed Monday morning that if everything goes the way I think it might, I need to start with you Wednesday on budgeting, so I have been warned. So,
You have been warned.
but anyway, if there's nothing else in open, we need a motion to go into closed.
I'll make that motion to go into closed session.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Rich. You can do it.